I did, but listen, if you're asleep at 3 in the morning in Nevada, you're not under attack.
You're not
it's
asleep
just
anymore.
the day before 4th of July fireworks. You're hearing, go out and enjoy it because it's a great sight.
Right. You know, it's just so funny. I have 2 dogs. One's deaf, one isn't. And it's just amazing their different reaction to fireworks. One walks through like there's nothing going on, and the other one is scared to death. And we know that dogs definitely react negatively.
I have the thunder jacket for my dog, Rascal.
Yes.
Yeah, he's terrified of those things.
We love Rascal.
He has to wear his little jacket, survive it.
That a lot of people are buying those, I'm sure, in preparation for the 4th of July. We talk about this because that big celebration is going to happen down in D.C. The president's been talking about it on the Mall, and he's really fired up about it. He's excited. He's saying, let's bring in the tanks.
Right, yeah. So his big 4th is Salute to America. That's what he's going to call it. The Pentagon and great military leaders are thrilled to be doing this and showing to the American people everything we're paying for. The military hardware. We got the best military in the world. He's put $770 billion into it over the last 2 years and probably another $700 billion into it this year.
He's going to have fireworks, military bands, flyovers, tanks, and more military vehicles. And I'm sure a lot of people.
I'm very excited because I'm going to leave this couch, go back to D.C. today to be out there on the Mall for you guys tomorrow morning. And I have been covering the 4th of July for a while. I've never seen a M1A1 Abrams tank or a Bradley fighting vehicle or any planes flying ever. So it's going to be quite exciting.
When you see those tanks rolling into your city, down into D.C., it gets you fired up. It gets you excited because you think about our military, and that represents America. But you've had critics. There are so many critics out there that are saying, oh, it's going to ruin the sidewalks. It's going to, damage our roads. I'm like, what?
I have always said, though, keep the tanks off the sidewalks. That's always been my pet peeve.
That's your motto.
That's true. Here's some critics saying that they're making this too partisan.
And this is nauseating, Chris, because this is not just obnoxious tackiness. This is actually dangerous because it's fundamentally un-American.
The message is a threat. I suspect that the threat is to his fellow Americans. And I hate to say that, but I think that Donald Trump styles himself a tyrant.
I think more of a sign of his just neediness and his insecurity. And there's a certain silliness about this as well as obnoxiousness.
Critics concerned the president's hijacking the holiday, putting politics over patriotism and forcing taxpayers to foot the bill.
4th of July on the National Mall has been a tribute to universal American themes. This year, by design, it will be much more about him.
For lack of a better word, it's very Soviet.
It was about bolstering himself up, looking like a dictator from another nation.
So I guess they're against it. I'm sensing it's going to be a little bit different. Doesn't want to salute the military and salute the veterans. You want a military parade. Mattis said, it'd be too costly. It's going to. He's asking the Parks Department to give him $2.3 billion or million. Excuse me. They want to get an exact.
He loved it because when he went to France for Bastille Day, he saw what they do over there, and he's like, "We need to have a celebration like this. This is awesome." Never expected the critics. Never expected for people to say we shouldn't have a parade like this.
It's hard to get to the Soviet criticism. I'm not sure exactly what she was thinking about there.
What would they say if President Obama had done this, had brought in tanks?
Hey, look, here's for the critics out there, we're going to see what happens. It's going to go down, and the president says he's not going to make it about himself, even though he's been accused of it. Let's see if it is a beautiful celebration on the 243rd celebration.
Leo Petrie is a Medal of Honor recipient. He responded to what's going to be a salute to America on tomorrow.
Our president is doing this to recognize the sacrifices of many service members and military that are serving today and their families. When people that argue the costs, I look at this and the cost to me was worth it for all of our American citizens. And so when it comes to thanking our veterans and doing the right thing, the cost is worth it to me.
Absolutely.
It should be to everyone else.
Wow, stunning.
That's pretty powerful.
So that's where the president's heart is with that, even though people think it's politics. Quick question. They did a survey. Only 45% of the country say they're very proud to be an American. 45%. It was at 70% in 2002. What about you? Are you proud to be an American? Has anything changed as slowly but surely they're trying to tear away at the flag and our founding fathers? We'll discuss that. The other big story is immigration. Another study shows top issues of the day, according to a Harvard